I decided to make this video for all the people out there that happen to be James Bond fans. I figure if you're watching this video, you must enjoy the movies. And the purpose of the video is to tell you what I think the top 5 James Bond movies of all time are, from 5th to 1st, and to stimulate discussion and so on and so forth. I presume if you're not a Bond fan, you wouldn't be watching the video to begin with, and you're going to be familiar with the films. I'd have to say that my 5th favorite James Bond film is probably Thunderball. I think it's more than a movie. It was a phenomenon. It was released in 1965, and to this day, still probably more underwater scenes in a major motion picture than any of them. Of course, it was the only Bond movie to be made into a remake. In 1983 with Never Say Never Again. It's just a smashing movie. I could watch it over and over again. My 4th favorite James Bond movie is probably Moonraker. The Moonraker is very spectacular. It's really out there, even for a Bond movie, but it never commits the cardinal sin of being dull. And I think it is, in many ways, is the ultimate Bond. He goes to outer space. The action sequences are almost nonstop. And I think at the time it was the biggest grossing Bond film of all time. Kevin Broccoli thought that he, the producer of the Bond movies, that he had achieved the pinnacle with Moonraker, and that's why he went on, kind of went back with For Your Eyes Only, was more of a genuine spy adventure. But Moonraker was a spectacular film. 3rd is kind of a surprise to some people. It's not one that the critics give a lot of credit to. It's The Man with the Golden Gun. I've traveled extensively in Thailand over the last 18 years, so I appreciate the scenes in Bangkok and down around Phuket. Now, Phuket, of course, in 1974 was not a tourist destination. It was very backwards where Scaramanga Island was at. And the movie's different. Instead of having a megalomaniacal villain, you've got, kind of Bond's alter ego, a cat and mouse game throughout the Far East. And they're trying to find each other. And again, that's not one of the ones that critics cared for as much, but it's one of my favorites. 2nd is Octopussy. I think it's probably got more action than any of the Bond movies. I like Asia. You can't get more exotic than India. The plot is just complicated enough. A lot of beautiful women. Yeah, it's hard to beat Moonraker, or excuse me, Octopussy. That's my favorite of Roger Moore's. And then first, and this isn't a surprise because it's one that usually comes out on top, probably among Bond fans, is on Honor Majesty's Secret Service, the only movie with George Lazenby. I think it's just a smashing film. The last hour and 15 minutes of the movie or action sequences. It's probably one of Fleming's best books, and to this day, this is 2013. This movie was made in 1969, and I think George Lazenby has a emphasis totally out of proportion to the fact he only played it one time. It's just a great movie. So again, the purpose of the video for people out there that love the James Bond film series, to stimulate discussion. I don't expect the people who haven't watched the movies over and over again like I have, and I've got all of them. You'd be interested, but if you are, feel free to post. And I'm going to be doing another video in the next couple of days about the novels. Now this might be a little bit more interesting because I've read all of the original novels, and people may be able to ask me questions more how much the movies stuck to the novels, the original novels. And the novels were very good. Some of them are even better than the movies, although a lot of the movies are better than the novels. So that's all for now, and thanks for watching.